What's up, guys? My name is Eric,
My name's Jesse.
and today we'll be doing another retro review. And this time we'll be reviewing a pretty good film, actually. Yeah,
One of my favorite films, man.
Yeah, classic Back to the Future.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, honestly, like, I can't exactly explain like how well like how good like this film really is. Like, it pretty much just put the face of it's basically just among the greats, was it like Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. Yeah, basically films of that stature.
I've loved Back to the Future from like when I was a kid. It was one of the first films I ever saw, and just I loved it. I loved it, and my fandom goes deep.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
that so deep
mm-hmm.
that I was super like pissed and sad when they. Don't get me wrong, I like Simpsons. When they replaced the Back to the Future ride with the Simpsons, I was
Yeah. Yeah, I share the same sentiments.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I remember loving that ride when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, that's your dream when you watch Back to the Future, is to be inside the car.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Fly around and shit. It's badass.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
it's too bad that that the ride itself was taken away. I mean, look, if there's ever a wish that I want granted, it's that I want the Back to the Future ride back.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's outdated. I just want to ride it again.
Yeah. That was pretty sick. They go really deep into it, don't they?
Yeah,
you go to you fight dinosaurs.
You
and
go
stuff.
you
I
go
mean,
into
it was
caves.
crazy. I mean,
Deep dank caves.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was.
Yeah.
And then Biff is a good villain, man.
Yeah.
I love him
I
as a
remember
villain.
as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're focusing on right now is the first film. We've got a lot to say, watching it again. And what was it? I would say that I won't say that I have a few bones to pick or anything like that, because it's not that bad of a film. But watching it again, I noticed a few things.
Oh really?
Yeah. Good or bad, it's basically just we're just doing for discussion purposes and all that. Starting with the beginning of the film, where there's an opening shot of Doc's lab, I guess you could say, right? Yeah. What I noticed is that there's a bit of foreshadowing, a bit of a non-verbal exposition, kind of a rarity in today's films, where the character just talks to you sometimes in front of the camera, just to say what's going on in the film and all that, treating your audience as they're idiots or something.
It does it well though, the non-verbal exposition.
Yeah, you pretty much just grasp a basic understanding of who this Doc character is.
You see this run down little small house. It's all messy. There's a couple of experiments. You see plutonium.
Yeah, which will
and
play
then
into effect.
It pans over to the TV where a news broadcaster is talking about some stolen plutonium.
It's stuff regarding the Libyans and all.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and then we get introduced to Marty McFly.
Oh my god, Michael J. Fox.
Perfect guy.
I mean, I wanted to be Marty so bad when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
I wanted to grow up.
I'm sure everyone else who watched the film for the first time. I think they wanted to be that kid.
I don't know what other movies Michael J. Fox has done. Or will do. I don't know. I don't think he acts that much anymore.
No, I think ever since he opened up to being diagnosed with Parkinson's,
Yeah.
I don't think he's done any more films after Stuart Little.
He did do a Rescue Me with
Yes.
Dennis Leary. But the point I'm getting to is I don't know what films he's done.
Well, I mean, he
how
did
bad they were. What films or TV shows he will do in the future.
I mean, he did do
if
Teen
chooses.
Wolf.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he did. But the point I'm trying to make is even if he does a bad movie or has done a bad movie, he gets a pass, man. He gets a pass just for Back to the Future. And Teen Wolf is a good ass film too.
Oh yeah,
I love that film too.
I like that film too.
Michael J. Fox will always get a pass for me for any film.
Yeah, he's that good of an actor.
No matter how bad the TV or film is, gets a pass for me.
Yeah, that goes with almost every other actor in this film, whether it's the actors for Lorraine Baines or Thomas F. Wilson, playing as Biff. Characters are are very
iconic
and lovable in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean and And the thing is, like, they have like a very distinct personalities. Like, you know, like what kind of person they are. Like George McFly is like the nerdy kid. Marty McFly is the cool kid, and Lorraine Baines is like the girl next door. And you know, Biff being like the stereotypical bully.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's like a.
You forgot about the mentor, who is
There we go, Doc.
Christopher Lloyd, who is another person who I think will always get a pass, no matter how horrible the movie he does is, or the TV show he does. He will always get a pass.
So you telling me you're giving him a pass for Piranha?
I'll give him a pass for Piranha. I'll say that on camera. I'll give him a pass for Piranha.
Even with Food Fight?
What's Food Fight?
Animated like him it's an animated like him film. A very terrible one.
Very bad?
Very bad.
He gets a pass. For me. I'm not saying you have to pass him. I'm not saying you guys have to pass him. He gets a pass for me.
Boy, are you in for a ride.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but another day. Okay. Now, like from what I've noticed, like if you're like a Back to the Future fan, you would notice that like there are scenes that repeat themselves like between the film franchise, like whether it's like Marty
yeah. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, like Marty being just sleeping and then
waking up.
Yeah, sleeping then waking up. There's also like the hello McFly and all that. Think McFly. Yeah, man, I probably say like in other films like it probably wouldn't it wouldn't fly that well. Mm-hmm. But like I don't know how this film does it, but they made a repetition funny somehow.
Because it's meant to depict that, like, it's still his life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, with the exception of Back to the Future 1, but in Back to the Future 2, yeah, like, that's how I took it. Because, like, you know, Biff goes back in time, spoilers, goes back in time and changes stuff so he's rich and he's married to Lorraine.
Yeah.
And, you know, Marty wakes up, and that's his life. As sad as it is, as horrible as it is, that's his life.
Apparently.
It's like a dark reflection of the original one. So I thought that's what I got from it. But yeah, but they work.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I've been exposed by a lot of special effects, whether they're real or not. Like whether it's like whether it's like
practical.
Practical or CGI. There's some good like Lord of the Rings. Some very questionable like Justice League. I'm not going to go into any detail about that one, but looking back with Back to the Future, the effects are pretty good. Like even for even for today's standards.
Yeah.
Where there's the effects of the DeLorean, makeup, regarding past and present characters.
But I took that as facial, prosthetic type stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and even though it's for Back to the Future Part 2, I'm actually kind of surprised that they're able to put in the same character in one scene.
Oh yeah.
I always loved that scene.
Marty with his girl, daughter.
Marty and his daughter, Marty and Marty.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Even Lorraine and Lorraine. No, sorry, not Lorraine. What was the character's name? It's the girlfriend.
Jennifer.
There we go. Jennifer. Yeah. The two Jennifers. They're the effects of on that at that time it was wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. So so keep in mind this was made in 1985, 1989, and all that. Mm-hmm. So seeing those effects now and then seeing what they did in the future with the Nutty Professor and all that. Yeah. This is a benchmark as to what what CGI can be utilized for. Mm-hmm. And then there's the whole time travel speak and how they handle what was it, the specificity of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually it's now time travel as a whole isn't exactly that easy to explain it about.
It's really complicated.
Yeah. So having them dumbed down dumbed down is kind of it's kind of a harsh way of putting it.
Simplify.
Yeah. Having the film simplify time travel in the way that it did. Honestly, I couldn't put it anything else better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even regarding how it's being powered by plutonium, the flux capacitor. Even
the sucker's electrical, but I need 1.21 gigawatts. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't just like.
I love this film.
Well,
Okay,
I mean, like,
I don't think you guys understand.
Well, I mean, like, you don't just like walk into a store and buy plutonium.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, like, although I don't think they ever like explain how exactly the flux capacitor works. Like,
they don't. Yeah.
they don't go into real detail. Like, other than like it was like
it just makes time travel possible.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I probably like might complain about. Like, is like they don't like go like into like detail as to what like the flux capacitor really does. And I think by this point, like there are looking back, there are like a few like complaints that I have about like the film.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, look. Regardless of like of whether like you look back into a film, you know that there's going to be like some problems, like the Avengers.
Excuse Avengers. Which one? Which one?
Infinity War. Yeah, like I give my like.
I think
my
we're
review.
done here. I think I'm gonna be leaving.
Well, look. You can't deny there are like a few things that like that stand out. Okay,
but it pales in comparison to the greatness.
Of course it does. But like the way that like they like the way that how they tackle like the end. Well, at least like the climax of like how like they handle like resolving issues of like the timeline. Like apparently like one punch can fix everything.
What are you talking about?
Like what? Like that scene like with was it with George McFly finally standing up to Biff,
but you have to understand what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much just the punch, right? It's the fact that he's standing up for himself.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason Biff was able to put him under his thumb is because George McFly didn't believe in himself.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was like low self-esteem. So I know. Looking at it, it's just like one punch, but it's more than just a punch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a belief that George McFly now has, that he is capable of doing things if he puts his mind to it. Even standing up to a bully like Biff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's represented by one punch, you know what I mean? Also, it a lot more stuff goes into that punch, because not only is he standing up to his bully, he's proving to the girl that he is a man, because, Lorraine says it to Marty, I think a man should be strong, defend himself and defend the woman he loves, and then so because that happened in front of Lorraine, it's like that was kind of George not only standing up for himself, but also courting Lorraine. Because if you think about it, all the other times it failed, this time he punched him. Lorraine thought, whoa, this guy's a man, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not the punch. It's what the punch represents. All
right. That's fair enough. Like
I love this movie, man.
I'll give you that. Okay, but I can guarantee you that you won't answer. That you probably won't have like a decent answer to this question. All right. Okay. So one punch. Okay. Fair enough. Like you already explained that pretty well. But this is more of a pet peeve that with what I have like with the majority of like time travel films. It's annoying to me that certain actions cannot take place unless certain other actions happen while on screen.
Well, you got to think about it like the domino effect. Mm-hmm. For something to happen, for all the dominoes to like the dominoes can't start falling from the middle, right? Mm-hmm. The dominoes can't start falling from the end, but it depends on where you push it. In order for all of them to fall, you first have to push one, which is simple, just one. That takes no effort at all. Just you poke it, not even really hard, and all of a sudden all of them go. It's still the chain. It's a chain effect. You know what I mean?
So in this case, the kiss is the one that that interlocks it.
Yeah. Because in the beginning, Lorraine states that that's where the enchantment under the sea dance is where George kissed her and she fell in love. That's the moment she knew that this man was going to be the man she was going to spend the rest of her life with. Mm-hmm. So it's a chain effect. That's where she fell in love. Then after that, they got married. And then they had, the first kid, the daughter, and then Marty, who's the youngest.
You could argue that you can make that same argument with the punch as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So why didn't it happen with the punch and with the kiss then?
So with the punch, that's where she saw he's a man.
Yeah.
That attracted her sexually, not emotionally. But at that moment where they're slow dancing in the dance, a romantic setting, and he kisses her, that's where she saw like, oh, like this man, he chose me. You know what I mean? He took, he saved me from the bad guy, and now he's romancing me. You know, like he's like he kissed. That's the moment. You know, that's where like he says, I like you. Mm-hmm. Like I want you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's pretty much like
That's kind of a proposal. Mm-hmm. You could say before a pre-proposal. You know what I mean? So
okay, yeah, maybe I'll give you that.
You weren't paying attention, Eric.
Okay, fine, but. Well, I'm sorry that that I'm complaining about about a romance that's between a romance that's between like a high schoolers who apparently look like they're in the 20s.
You're not looking at the big picture, Eric. But whatever, we'll get more into that. Again, it's what it represents. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
And honestly, but look. No. Like here's the thing though. Like, I'm not saying that like I'm not saying like just to make a fight, because I know that like because honestly, it's like more of like a personal like pet peeve that I have compared to, because here's the thing, I love this film so much that I'm willing to ignore its short sides.
Then you don't really love it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, man, Jesus. Okay, now we can't talk about the film without him explaining about the climax.
Oh yeah,
the whole DeLorean thing, the lightning.
I mean everything from Marty's part where he has to go all the way back and kind of wait for the signal and then go, explore it, and then Doc's part where the thing unhooks and Marty already started, so he has to rush over.
It was suspenseful, it was thrilling.
And on the edge of my seat, man.
When I was a kid, it was like, oh my god, is he gonna go back? Is he gonna go back? Is he gonna make it in time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we all feel the same way, man.
I mean, and
every time you watch it, even though you know he succeeds, you're still like, oh, it's still a nail biting moment.
Yeah, I still felt that way, even rewatching it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was just almost the timing itself. It can't be any more perfect than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well paced. It's thrilling.
And then there's the ending.
Yeah, the ending, which was interesting. I like that. I like this whole time. So Doc in the beginning, he got shot right by the Libyans. Libyans.
Yeah, Libyans. Yeah, Libyans.
The point is, he got shot. Mm-hmm. So throughout the whole film, now that he's in the past, Marty tries to warn him. But, Doc's like, no, we can't change anything in the future. Whatever you want to tell me, I'll find out. So he ends up writing a letter, which Doc finds, and he ends up ripping.
Yeah.
But I thought it was sweet that, Doc gets shot again.
Yeah.
Marty was too late. He's there crying, and then you see Doc in the background,
rising from the background, and then
he kind of just looks at him, and he's like, but. And then he bulletproof vest,
and then pulls out the note, and just the same note that they wrote back in 1955.
Yeah. He's like, I ripped it up. It's like, oh no, he's like what about the fabric of time and space? Figured what the hell?
Yeah, pretty much. And then it seems like everything's back to normal. Mm-hmm. Kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then all of a sudden thanks to George McFly standing up for himself, now his family is rich and all that for the most part.
Yeah.
They now have
they're successful,
stable jobs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the bully is now I guess kind of works for the McFlys, I guess.
He has his own business. It's a auto shop kind of business.
Yeah, auto and detail.
Auto and detail, yeah, and he's contracted by George McFly, and he's all kind of he's wimpy now. He's wimpy.
Yeah, so he's a shell. He's a shell of his former self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Marty gets his truck that was teased earlier. Yeah,
badass truck.
Yeah, kind of. Although thinking back, he gets everything he wants.
Yeah, he does. Why? Because of time travel, because of the DeLorean, because of Doc.
Yeah. Well, because of his screw up.
Well, Doc is the fairy godparent.
Okay. Yeah, and then like the tease at the end, like where a sequel would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like when I saw like that the car like could transform like it could fly.
To fly.
Yes,
I lost my
yes.
I lost my mind, man.
And at that point, it's like, okay, I need a DeLorean now.
Yeah, me too. I wanted a DeLorean so bad. Like, real.
I mean, if it can fly like that, like, hey,
man.
that's enough for me.
And then how cool is the part where it's like, Doc, you might want to back up. I don't think we have enough roads.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh man, that was badass, man.
Oh, I love that movie. We all do, man.
I have the whole collection, man.
Hey, same here.
Yeah.
And with that, that's our like a review discussion for for Back to the Future. Honestly, like it's a very legendary film.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it yet, why?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's I would say that
keeping yourself from happiness, man.
I would say like it's an essential, like much like Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, and like all those films. And I would and personally, I would say that it's unnecessary to give a score or anything like that. But I guess in this case, I probably should. So with that said, I'd probably give this film a 9 out of 10. A very fantastic film. It's a classic that never gets.
No 10 out of 10? I'm just kidding. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10.
It's a classic film that like it never gets old. There's like a few problems, but those problems are like overshadowed by like
minimal,
at minimum. And it's honestly like I can't recommend this film more.
Yeah, I also give it a 9 out of 10. You know, I think it's essential for being human, kind of. You know what I mean? If you know, going back to Bad Johnson, if my dick came off and turned into a human, one of the first things I do would show him Back to the Future. The first thing. I'm like, dude, come here.
Oh my god, man.
There's one part of being human, man. Back to the Future. Enjoy it. You're welcome.
Like you can learn from this film.
Yeah. So I mean,
And with that, that's our review. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. My name is Eric.
My name is Jesse.
And we'll see you next time.
And remember, start thinking fourth dimensionally.